Hi everyone.
Hello, Chaya.
Hi, Chaya.
Of
Hi,
course.
Chaya.
Hi. So I guess the audience is also now live with us, Amisha.
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, hi everyone. This is Chaya Bharadwaj, and I'm the founder of a digital agency based in Mumbai, headquartered in Mumbai, and been around for quite some time. And I'm very happy to host this very exciting session on video, which is definitely the future of digital marketing. And with me are really very, very eminent and extremely experienced people in the digital industry. And I will allow them to introduce themselves, one by one. And yes, Hanan, if you could, start by telling a little bit about yourself.
Thank you, Chaya. Hello, everybody. My name is Hanan. I am the regional director for India, Japan, and China. India, Japan, and Korea for Taboola here in Asia Pacific. I'm based out of Bangkok, Thailand, where our regional hub sits, and I have been with Taboola for 4 years. Prior to that, in different spaces, including in the Indian market, and I am very happy to be part of the panel this afternoon.
Great, great, Hanan. Thank you so much. Is Shefali?
Hi, I'm Shefali Khalsa. I'm head brand and corporate communication from SBI General. I am based out of Mumbai.
And Shefali's, of course, been a little modest, but she's in the insurance sector. And insurance, as we all know, BFSI itself has been the early movers on digital, and insurance marketing has been very big on digital. So she's going to definitely have a lot of insights for all of us. Samir, yes, please.
Sure. Hi, everyone. I'm Samir Seth, and I head marketing for Dolby in India. And as you would know, Dolby is a brand that you would have possibly experienced either in the cinemas or in your living room or even on the go on mobile. So I drive the mandate to sort of make the brand far more consumer facing that we've been all this while. Thanks. And I look forward to the conversation. Thank you.
Thanks, Samir. And Samir also comes with a lot of digital marketing experience. Yes, other than Dolby. So that's like really great. When you are able to do agency, media, and also be then facing a brand, I think that's the best asset a brand can ask for today. Considering that we do have a dearth of talent on or understanding of how digital marketing works in the industry. Vidu, please. Vidu? I think Vidu is having
Sorry, my signal seems to be bad. I thought you just shifted me.
Yeah, Vidu, you could probably put off your video for a little bit. Introduce. We can hear you.
Okay. Two bits about myself. I run Media Donuts in India, which is a company it has dual headquarters, one in Belgium, another in Singapore. But essentially, we are a company that's deep into all kinds of digital work. And we also are official resellers of a few apps such as Candy Crush, Tinder, etc. So I run India operations. I've had a past which is which has taken me through the world of and marketing. So that's where I am.
Yes, thanks so much, Vidu. Thanks so much. So yes, so jumping straight.
I'm not too sure. Are you able to get me, Chaya?
Yes, we were.
I'm being audible or
Yes. Vidu, maybe you should put off your video other times so that because I think you are lagging a little bit.
Yep.
Yes, thanks. Okay, so so we'll jump straight into the topic. It's about power of video marketing, and one of the first things, of course, there is the editorial team has also given us a direction for this panel. So I'll take it according to that. So do we, of course, we are all in a lockdown situation. So first, we are all working out of home, all the panelists. So if our kids, if our pets, anybody jumps inside, I'm sure all of you are in a similar situation and you will just bear with that. So, First is, has video marketing really become, the answer to the COVID situation? Is it the answer to lockdown? Who would like to take this? Shannon, you want to speak about that to start with? Hanan, sorry, Hanan, would you like to start?
Definitely, definitely. So I think that to kick us off, really, video has been a secondary part, I think, of our space at Taboola and in the publishing world at large. Really, video is perceived first and foremost maybe as an advertising product. And today with COVID and lockdown, it's become really in the center of everything that we're doing on a day-to-day basis. That said, from a marketing standpoint, uh, I find that when we look at what's happening in the space here within the market in India, is that kind of we've clinged to the two things that are really most, I guess, well known or we have most experience with in the video space, namely YouTube and then OTT. But I think that we may have an untapped opportunity because really where all the consumers are going, especially in this day and age, is they're going to consume the news. They're going to look at, read, wait a minute, what's happening today in my city, in my state, what's happening in the country, etc., what's happening internationally, all regarding to COVID. And there's a huge untapped opportunity for video within that space as well. So definitely, I think video is, it's the product of now, but we should, I think, figure out ways how we get in front of the consumers,
Yes.
understand really where those consumers are.
Hanan, if I may ask, since you are in a platform that allows advertisers to publish their ads in content that's relevant to them. Now, do you see a shift in consumers consuming video content? Is it on your platform? Is there a shift in the number of users who overall? Any shifts
Sure.
in either advertiser buying or in consumer consumption?
So Taboola actually, as a platform, has moved into the video space. I would say 5.5, maybe 6 years ago, with an acquisition of a video technology company. But really, I think that the best kept secret about Taboola is that it was actually started out as a video company before we even moved into the advertising space. So it was all about discovery and video discovery before we even moved into advertising. So now that we've really reacquired that technology and brought it back front and center, video is definitely great, but I think that it is still not as utilized as it could be. The production costs are pretty much high, and in order to get out, those lots of videos and lots of content all the time, we would really have to move into some AI or some tech that would help us do that, I think, and streamline that process just because of the cost of the manufacturing of those video segments.
Yeah, so before we get into AI, Ivito, what about you? Since you are again on a platform that enables advertisers to reach very effectively, have you seen any shifts in the spends on video content or consumption of video content from a very media ad spend point of view?
Are you with me or with Vidu?
With Vidu, I guess he's
Sorry,
yes,
I just
yeah.
got. I'm still facing a challenge with bandwidth. I hope. Sorry, I missed the question. What's that?
Yeah, Vidu, are you seeing any shifts towards spends on video content today on your platforms?
Oh yes, we've clearly seen shifts, right from the early times of this crisis. Since March, I would think largely we've seen a growing sort of tendency of advertisers to move towards video, which is understandable because, like we all know, these are VUCA times, volatility, uncertainty, and so on. And thus, in these times of trust deficit and uncertainty, marketers are tending to lean into digital and video. And I guess the reasons are not too far to seek because video allows expression to be conveyed much better and thus has higher traction and it clearly resonates more than the written word or regular blogs, etc. I guess essentially the factor that marketers are driving in is related to the human touch, which is a key need of the hour these days. and thus video being extremely versatile and powerful, extremely captivating, mesmerizing, really, rich audio video impact. It's allowing marketers to make personal, more engaging, emotional, and more evocative, I think, connections. Also, of course, it's tending to turn more and more cost effective and efficacious. So thus,
Yes.
uh, all told, it's going well for video as well as for marketers in general.
Yes, absolutely. In fact, for us also as an agency, when we see our reports, we see that clients are also ready to invest more in the video content because the ROI ultimately is so much higher. That we are shifting our spends, be it on on Google platforms, be it on Facebook, Instagram. We are investing so much more today on the media spends on video content. Shefali, what about you? Are you seeing internally as an advertiser yourself, are you all viewing video marketing differently? Is it become a norm, or is it not so much, in the forefront?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, all my career of 17 years, I've been always on the client side. And
Hmm.
yes, I have seen this, the need of the video. In fact, I beg to differ what Kharan said. I'm sorry if I pronounced it wrong. But
He's
yeah,
going
I
to give
kind
us all a prize. See, at the end, Hanan, out of all of us,
of
whoever pronounces
Kharan.
your name, Hanan, Hanan, whoever pronounces it right, you have to give us an award, okay? Yeah, and it's on record. We are live,
Two
okay?
nights and two
Absolutely.
nights and 3 days in Thailand.
Yeah.
Sounds good to the highest
Shefa,
spender on the
Shefa, no,
Taboola platform.
Shefali and I
Shefali
will
is
give we will give different preferences of awards. We don't want to go to Thailand.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
talent
Shefali
shopping.
is ahead right now.
Okay, Shefali, okay with Thailand? Okay, fine. Thailand shopping, fine. We're done. Okay.
Talent shopping is fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. So yes. Sorry to interrupt, but I thought we should have
Yeah.
that very clear. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, so coming back to my point, yes, from the brand side, we definitely feel that the video has been a part of the content strategy or the marketing strategy always. You know, I remember since 2012 was the time when all the brands had jumped into the social media, and since then they were like, even the platform has evolved a lot for the brands, for the individual as well. But the brands have evolved a lot on the social media platforms, and I would say the social media platform itself is the reason why we all have moved to the video content. There's so much of video all around. In fact, there are some stats that say that 5 billion videos are being viewed on YouTube on a daily basis. So yes, all the brands are jumping into the video. Video has been the cornerstone of the marketing strategy. In fact, I would say to some extent we build the content around video. कि हमें video बनाना है इसके लिए हमें content चाहिए. So yes, it's a core requirement. In fact, there are a lot of stats which supports that, and this was much before COVID. So I wouldn't say that the videos are, the result of the COVID-19 or the current scenario, but the videos have been in a place of marketing strategy much before, much before. And there are stats which support that today 85% of the content on Google would definitely have a video. In fact, they also say that if your content has a video, it has 53% higher probability to be listed on the first page of Google. So yeah, lots of stats around. There are some 58% of some stats say that 58% of customers would trust the brand more if the content has a video. If their website has more videos to explain.
I think, Shefali, that from an advertiser perspective, I don't disagree, and definitely, as an advertiser, when you come and try and of course you have more experience than I in this space, then absolutely a video would be engaging. But when I look at the consumer and how that consumer is just consuming content, really outside of a YouTube or an OTT, I think most of the consumers are really reading most of the time, right? And with respect to that type of content, I think that the manufacturing costs are high. Definitely on the advertising content for sure, but from a publishing perspective, from a news perspective, from a
Sure.
content perspective, outside of a sponsored so-called arena, I think definitely that holds truth.
Yeah, overall, I agree with you that overall there's a lot of content on the digital space. And given the context right now, the unprecedented context of the COVID, the consumption of this digital content has increased immensely. We have seen from the media perspective also that the digital content consumption has really gone up. And yeah, we all have ended up into, consuming this, not just the news element or everything, but everything on digital platform. So yes, not just the video, but a lot of content available, different formats, different tonality and everything. In fact, in this scenario, we have also seen big banner movies also being launched on OTT platform. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks so
One
much,
little,
Shivali.
sorry,
Yeah.
one little bit that I thought may be pertinent at this point in the context of video is that while everything external is getting driven increasingly towards video, uh, that medium is also coming in very handy for internal communication for marketers and manufacturers and companies.
Absolutely.
Organizations typically, because they needed to teach their staff, so lots of briefings and trainings are getting held over video.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
of course, it has a much longer shelf life. People can go back to it, refer to it, and so on. So I thought both internal as well as external communication is getting aided in a long way, in a big way by video overall.
And
Absolutely.
just to add one more
Yeah.
point, what Vidhu said, like, yes, absolutely. Even the management messaging has gone now into the video format. And just to add that, yes, the COVID situation has, enabled everybody to, enabled rather with one new concept of homemade videos. Everybody, right from the celebs to the brands, everybody is now, ready with a video, homemade video. And I don't want to take the name of the brand, but the brands have gone ahead and launched the product with the brand ambassador shooting the video at home with the mobile. And that's a TVC, that's a TVC
Ah,
out.
yeah.
Right. So
Yeah. Yes,
I've got a
yes,
point to
yes.
make. So, talking about Shefali, to your point, talking about, homemade video and the creativity and yeah, the skill set that we all have. I strongly believe from a video, based content marketing standpoint, one should leverage the strength in collaboration. I'll give you an example to explain what I mean. So, people, as we know, are extremely creative, they're extremely innovative, and we should find a way to, work with them, collaborate, and use their strengths, to strike meaningful conversations for brands. So I'll give you an example, what we've done at Dolby. So we realized that this really is the age of live streaming, where musicians and content creators around the world, are creating their music at home, and they're actually live streaming it to their
Yes.
audiences on social media, right? I mean, that's the new normal. Now there are live gigs happening. And
Right.
with this demand, for and the need to capture great sound at home, when you're not available, you can't get to a studio setup, we gauged the need for a music and a video recording app. And we launched, an app called Dolby On, which is a very simple, app available on iOS and Android, which basically, enables you to, inspiration can strike you anytime. If it's a piece of music, anything that you like to sort of share with your audiences, you record it, it'll sound better, and you push it out. So we've collaborated, in fact, in talking about collaboration and the fact that there's so much of creativity, we've collaborated, with multiple brands, for example, JioSavan, and we created this, IP called, so JioSavan created this IP called, JioSavan Live Anywhere. And you had multiple artists who went live using the Dolby On app. So, again, strength of collaboration, video-based content marketing, great conversations, great engagement, harnessing, the social media, the power of, video-based content marketing, is something that we recently did.
Yeah, that is very exciting. This Dolby On app. I mean, ensuring that the UX, consumer experience will, is going to be enhanced. So thanks so much for sharing, and thanks for all those statistics, Shifali. Absolutely, all the numbers out there. In fact, even I was just reading that, about what more than almost 89% or 82% of the content on the web. I mean, overall on the web, not
Overall,
just is going to be on is going to be video, by
video
in the
form.
next 1 or 2
Absolutely.
years.
Yes.
So yes, so absolutely. So related to this, of course, now that we are all in agreement, and yes, even Exchange for Media is doing this live, like we were all discussing yesterday, video content with all of us. We are all live. We are generating the content. If we could just look at what really should be the next gen what is marketing strategies. How do we really use what are the things coming up? Hanan, if you could take it up.
Sure. So I think that when we think about tomorrow, I mean, I think that maybe the brands could could speak better to this than I, but I think that really what we're trying to do is drive better bang for my buck. I want to make sure that that everything
Yes.
I'm producing, I'm getting a given ROI. I'm able to make those decisions about where I want my content to go, and whose eyeballs I'm really after, and what I want to what are we looking for after they've watched the video, right? Because the video is
Yes.
nice, but really what
Yes.
we're looking for is the action. It's either something that has to do with the purchase, or something that has to brand recall. We're looking for that. So I think that ways to measure after I viewed the video and what I'm doing after I've engaged with the content or seen the content is definitely something that could be extremely interesting. And I also think that really, how do we create more? How do I create more content to find more users to engage more with my product? And that's really what we're all after. How do we help users discover more? So, when I look at the technologies driving some of these activities, we're looking at automated technologies around turning text into video, or creating smaller segments and distributing them out of a larger form video. So really, what I personally think and what we are seeing as well is that more and more brands are coming on with the video. We're engaging there, but really what we want to do is we want to do more beyond the video.
Yeah, that is how do you take the video. So one is at the end is the technology that helps you to market it. The other is of course creating the video itself. So some things that all publishing platforms like a Google, Facebook, etc. are doing is helping you to create that video content itself. Automated videos are can be done. So that's great. There are many other independent platforms that are helping you to create the videos. And the other end is of course on how do you ensure, how do you customize, how do you reach so in fact if I could just add a question over here, especially for marketers like Samir and Shefali, is video content is of course it does require that much more investment. But today we, like you yourself mentioned, the entire TVC was shot in the house. Obviously the production quality is going to be low. So do you see that as an emerging trend in the coming months or years?
Yeah, so I'll pick up from here. I would say in the coming years, three things from my POV would be trending. One is one is of course those homemade videos. But apart from that, I guess the fantastic combination of the video and the AI generated content will be the one that
I think we lost her voice.
Yeah, I was just checking if my connection is.
Am I
Shefali,
audible
yeah, I
now?
think yeah, you are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we lost you in the
Okay. Yeah, maybe. Am I okay now?
Yes, you are. Yes.
Yeah, so I would say the digital space today is full of a lot of content, and the same consumer will be approached by a lot of brands. So the only clutter breaking perspective for the brand would be personalizing this
Yeah.
videos. So I would say the personalized messaging or personalized videos will be the one must thing for the brand in the coming years. Second is I feel the interactive videos. I would say about a couple of years back, it was first time that a movie on Netflix was interactive, and that movie was
Yeah.
Bandersnatch.
Yeah.
This movie had a lot of traction in terms of the talk of the town and PR value and all. Somehow the format had not gone so viral, but I'm sure it will pick up again and it will go viral for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, the interactive, I'm sure there is a lot of permutation combination that Martech guys brainers would bring in. But yes, and there's immense opportunity in this space of interactive video. In fact, I related back to one of the conference wherein I had seen a case study wherein an international brand has used or made an interactive video for filling up a form. So all the people from BFSI brand who relate with me that the BFSI is usually very collateral heavy and there is no escape from filling up a form for a customer. So to make it easier, I'm sure this space, we can do a lot of things. Such interactive
Yes.
videos was a wow feeling then. I mean, this is about 2 years back, but still it has not come to India. But I'm sure there's a lot of scope to come. And the third and not third, but not the last, I would say, the point is the shoppable videos. From the ad perspective, the shoppable videos is something that is trending. And again, there are stats supporting that 73% more likable to purchase if there is a video and it ends with a buying this thing. So yeah, that's from my side.
Yes.
Right. So,
Yeah.
just a couple of points, Chaya. I think, first and foremost, I strongly believe that, video marketing is a lot like working out. So you're not going to get a payoff within a week. You have to stay invested. You have to stay committed. Keep, experimenting. It's something new, right? I mean, there's nothing right and there's nothing wrong, and that's the beauty of this medium. So stay invested. In terms of, talking about trends, I think very important to, as a marketer, remember to have a multi-screen strategy and extract your video content really well, because I think there's this popular belief that you can actually repurpose your content across, say 6 screen types, which is definitely not the case. So there is a cinema screen, there is a television screen, there's a mobile screen, there's tablet, there's PC, there is wearables. And if you really want to extract your video content well and have a meaningful conversation with your audiences, don't repurpose the content. I mean, look at
Yeah.
each of your screens as through a strategic lens and have multiple different storytelling opportunities. I mean, that's one of the beliefs that I strongly have. Another talking trends, just maybe a one quick example. I think also consider strong creating strong and relatable video content through maybe creating memorable characters or relatable characters. I think from a video storytelling point of view becomes easier. We do that quite effectively. We've done multiple campaigns in India, because when you talk technology, you can actually talk technology, but you can't really explain unless you use a tool, and we've used a mockumentary style, and we've created multiple memorable characters. We've have this campaign which we built over the years called Ghar Pe Dolby Hai Kya, so which is talking about the living room, or Mobile Pe Dolby Hai Kya, and what are we talking here? We're basically talking about awareness of quality audio in home entertainment or on mobile entertainment. So just a couple of nuances of what we've dealt with, and something that's worked for us.
Yeah, very interesting. Moving from the cinema screen to the mobile screen, I think is one of the biggest shifts you made as an organization. That's like really commendable. Just, two things I want to add to what you all have already said, and really interesting stuff. One is, when Shefali said that, forms, absolutely the bottom of funnel video marketing. So Amazon has a video that you can watch before you actually make the purchase. And I'm sure if you're going to buy a consumer durable, a vacuum cleaner, I recently purchased, I, watched 2-3 videos because before I was very sure that's the one I can buy. And I definitely did not select the ones where there was no video available, because I did not know how it will work. So I said, oh, it looks good, but I was not sure. So I just went for the one with the video available. And I think that bottom of funnel, zero moment of truth video is going to play a very big role. Shoppable also absolutely, comes to play. The one, another thing I definitely see as a trend is, the low, production value videos. If there are so many celebrities with millions of followers with low production value videos, it means the audience does not really look for glossy,
Yeah.
Saas Bhi Kabhi Bahu Thi kind of, glamour. They like it. We respect that, but they are also accepting real content a lot. And I think we can embrace that when we have to churn out a lot more content. Now, Shefali also mentioned that, looking at this content is also going to be, personalization. And that's where, we come into our discussion on, AI, how can AI, everybody is spoken about, and now it's going to become a very big, it's going to play a big role in video marketing. So we have, the platforms, maybe we do, you could, speak about that first, and then, others could join in.
Yeah, so I guess the fundamentals of AI need to get covered first, because it's one of those tech jargon bits which is very commonplace in our industry. Suddenly you have a new buzzword coming to the into the limelight, and everybody starts sort of mouthing the same thing over and over again. So I think fundamentally we need to start by understanding what is AI all about, and machine learning and stuff. So in that respect, what we are essentially saying is that it's a technology which is enabling automatic, repetitive behavior analysis. It's just reading patterns of repetitive behavior, and from there on, it just builds automatic preference analysis for a user. And that, let's say in very simple terms, we've seen Facebook do it very often with newsfeed, and Netflix, of course, is doing it in the OTT framework very often. So similar things, when it gets applied in the context of video marketing for all of us, our organizations, our brands, and so on, we are essentially saying it just helps us target much more precisely. Uh, any targeting which is helping us take closer to the end user, or the closest possible buyer, would obviously lead to better conversions, and thus the entire journey sort of unfold from there. So customers are bound to respond much better to video ads which are based on their search history and social interests, etc. AI analytics, of course, build on this information, and they help us create targeted content, also ads that resonate much better with the audiences. As things go on, I guess things will become, you'll move into a phase of hyper personalization, which will even sort of factor in your payments methods and discounts preferences and so on, as you may have sort of practiced in the past, etc. So all in all, AI is helping you get little more precise with your targeting, and helping you thereby convert a little more, little better, and therefore the likelihood of conversion gets better. That's fundamentally the core thing that we are noticing as far as video and AI interplay is concerned.
And we do, so then, okay, so how do marketers actually do that? If you could share, how do platforms already do it? Because while we've spoken about it and maybe it's happening, maybe the audience here would like to know, how is AI already there? How is AI already at play when they are seeing some video ads, like a Media Donut platform or any other platforms? If you could just, speak a little on that, it will really help the audience to relate to what we're talking about.
Okay. From a marketing standpoint, the first thing that typically happens is, as you're creating video content, you've got few options to choose from. Which one is going to work better for you? You try and get into a testing phase. Your AI technology would help you sort of get an idea, much better read on what kind of video seems to be working better through testing. And this is, of course, getting to see the results before you're making large investments. So you will invest a little across two or three options, and you start testing them. And then it's basically like an ABC kind of a testing, and then you start putting a test, a sort of dashboard right up there, and you're getting a read about which creative seems to be working better. Accordingly, you can fine tune your calibrate your investments much more. Uh, 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 you can optimize your investments much better. Going further into the media space, you were really talking about programmatic getting to the picture. Programmatic solutions are essentially automated ways of buying inventory, which are focusing on the kind of audiences that you're wanting to reach your advertising to. And that is completely, in a way, based on AI technologies. AI algorithms helping you read what kind of advertising needs to go across to which kind of target groups, the cohorts that you're wanting to reach out to. So essentially, it is helping. AI is helping us develop and monitor your advertising out in the market, so that you are optimizing as you go on in an absolutely live sort of fashion. So there is no lag there. You are getting to do things just as they're taking place in the market. You are able to sort of optimize your investments much better all the way through, right from testing and going down to the last bit of the funnel.
Vito, is it only programmatic platforms that help, or are there other ways also, or other tools also where you can build AI into video marketing?
Well, for our work in the media space, it's programmatic, which is helping us do
Okay.
most of that. But if you're talking about advertising, which is pre-media placement, then like I mentioned, testing
Yeah.
is helping you
Yes. Yes.
that.
But in the media buying in space, it is only programmatic. That is the solution.
Largely, I guess
Large. Okay.
new things will keep developing, and this
Yeah.
world is ever evolving. But
Right.
fundamentally, that's where we are heading
Okay.
right now.
And I think to an extent, publisher platforms also have, some of
yes.
these things also, right?
Yeah, because you have DSPs on this side, you have SSPs on that side. The two collaborate, and you are basically able to merge the
Yes,
two things together so that you are
yeah,
getting absolutely optimal results, sort of
yeah,
funneling through the right channels.
right. Hanan, Samir, Shifali, any one of you would like to add to this on?
I think that there's another breed of AI, and I think also AI comes in different shapes and sizes, right? You'll have an AI, and then you'll have maybe a machine learning, and then we have a deep learning technology, which is actually teaching itself all the time. And depending on the kind of scale, the data set that you look at, then you get more learnings. At Taboola, we have a unique audience of approximately 1.5 billion unique users who are constantly reading some sort of content across the globe. Within India, 500 websites and publishers approximately. So take that kind of scale plus the deep learning capabilities, and when marketers work together with Taboola, the one question we first would ask is, what are you guys trying to achieve? Who are the audiences you're trying to reach? And sure, the data layering is all there, and we can target maybe the gender and the income, or the interest base, etc. But really, it's the power of personalization that is the search in reverse, right? The engine that's going to take your content to the people who are going to convert. Sometimes you don't know
Yeah.
exactly define them, or you think that you want a certain type, but maybe there's another bucket that can drive that value. So from our perspective, being hard coded on these sites, and I guess uh, being able to deliver that kind of value to the marketer, the personalization engine that we have delivers a value which is, in my humble view, beyond the programmatic buy.
Thanks. We have just about 10 minutes now, so we will go very rapidly, and so we'll keep very crisp answers. So just one question for you, Shefali, since you mentioned personalization is important. Are you today investing in, programmatic platforms or AI? Taboola? Yes, you are. You are.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Because I
And
also manage the digital part at
yes.
SBA General. So yes, that's a part and parcel of the digital plan, I would say. We can't really think of
Right.
a plan without programmatic in today's age.
Okay. Thanks, Shefali. Samir, anything on that? Are you a big advertiser today? Are you looking at AI also yourself?
No, I mean, big or small, I really
Okay.
can't say, but
Okay.
we do definitely harness the
Okay.
potential that it has. We've been
Okay.
using most of these platforms to keep the answer,
Yeah.
crisp,
Yeah.
keeping 5
Right.
minutes left in
Yeah.
mind.
I just mentioned big because we do have threshold level spends when we get into this space. So that becomes definitely a challenge, and I hope that we as an industry are able to collectively, address that piece of it. Whether even for smaller spends, so the clients can pilot together that. We have two more really key questions that the Exchange for Media had wanted us to answer. One was, data first approach. I think with the AI, we've sort of really answered that question. But if anybody wants to add that, how do you use data first approach, in video marketing? If anybody has a critical point to make, please, if you could just share it over here. Or we move to the last question.
Sure. I mean, just
Yeah.
one quick comment,
Yes.
if I may.
Yes.
So, to my earlier point of, having a multi-screen, strategy for video
Yes.
content, I think a data-first approach, can actually ensure that you're targeting the right audience with the right messaging at the right time, and as long as you're clear whether the objective is engagement or whether it's reach.
Yeah.
So, that's something that we practice, and we believe that, the six screens are different, and there's a different science and an art to leverage them.
Yes, thanks, Amir. So now we go to the last question, which was the last point that the team had shared, which was viral videos. Of course, nobody wants to spend too much on media. Anyway, let's face it, we are businesses. We want to be profitable. Be it the client or the agency, we want to maximize our ROI in all the investments we make. And yes, viral videos, there were few that finally make the cut, and you see them on WhatsApp, and you made it. Okay, so is there a challenge, Shefali, ideally, being the marketer? Because it would be great if you could share your views on this.
So, yeah, there are a lot of content around, and a lot of course, every brand, established brand, would have their agencies supporting them for a lot of video
Yeah.
ideas. ये day आ रहा है, special day आ रहा है, we can do this video, that video.
Yes.
We even have started making videos on National Sports Day. So yeah, I mean, video has become a must these days. But I would say the challenge in what will click on the digital platform, there is no recipe to this. While you can Google and you can get a lot of content on the recipe, the 10 points to make a video viral and how do you make it more consumable and blah, blah
Yeah.
things. But I would say the digital platform today is a constantly mutating platform. You just can't understand the DNA from the brand perspective. Also, the challenge remains that we can't be too much colloquial. Like largely, I've spent a decade in the BFSI in the insurance sector. So I would say from that perspective, I can't really go like all out to make something which is viral. Yeah, but yeah, I'm sure there are a lot of things that can click making it viral.
Shefali, fantastic. I wish every marketer would hear you because yes, this is as agencies we hear this all the time. Viral video banana hai. Viral video banana.
No, it's not possible.
And then they will show collaborating.
Yeah,
It's
so
not.
with the
Yeah.
media spend is a separate story altogether. There are means and ways. You have influencers to do
Right.
that, a lot
Right.
of other ways to do that also.
Right.
But that's a
Yeah.
Yeah,
paid media part. I'm talking about the organic virality.
Right.
That
Consumers, you can't predict consumer preference beyond a point, and you never know why something will click or not. You
yes.
can't make a viral. Virals are made by themselves, essentially.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the kind of videos that has gone viral is really amazing.
Yeah. Sometimes somebody's done nothing and it's gone viral, and everybody's
Yeah,
watching it and laughing.
exactly.
Yeah. Others on the panel, would you want to add your, take on, and if you want to
yeah.
disagree with us, ladies, please do.
No, I just wanted
That's
to
a trap.
endorse what
That's a trap, Chaya.
Ladies
yeah,
first.
I wanted to endorse what Shefali mentioned right at the beginning. If there were to be a magic formula for making video viral, then everything would be viral. Why wouldn't any marketer use that formula? But fundamentally, as we've seen, some sort of analysis that has come through from these viral videos that have often come up is that you're really looking for something which is indescribable, an X factor, which just can't be sort of explained by sheer logic. There is something which is, if I can call it, a touch of bizarre about it. For example, last year or so, all of us in India were, I think, dumbstruck by this wave that just took over YouTube when everybody was watching JCB khod rahi hai. The JCB fever just took over the internet. Everybody was just watching the damn JCB machine digging holes. What is so great about it? So videos of that nature just go around and become viral. So you don't really know what is the magic
Right.
formula there. But fundamentally, I think something quirky, something which will obviously have, I guess, mostly done as a post analysis, or in hindsight, it had a unique hook built into it. But if you're wanting to create a video which will have a deeper appeal or much better appeal, I think we are looking for focusing on what is the key benefit that you're wanting to communicate to your audiences. Just like any movie today is getting made or any other ad, but since you're doing it in a short format, typically you're wanting to do it in a manner which is quirky, little more different. There is a unique hook built into it, and of course then rest of it, which is supported by influencer groups and so on, which will only help you sort of go viral that much faster.
Just
So,
one,
yeah.
sorry,
Yeah, please.
just one quick point. I mean, I couldn't agree more with both Vidhu and Shefali. No one's really cracked the code, but some basics one could keep in mind when you really talk about virality. I call it the ORS sort of approach, where O stands for originality, R for relatability, and S, I think, for simplicity. I mean, the fact, if you have all of them, there are chances it could go viral. Something that is thought provoking, something that is actionable, something which is moment related. So we keep talking about moment marketing, for example. So, and then pray for it to go viral.
Great. The ORS formula. Very nice. Thanks. Hanan, you also want to add something?
I just think that really, I mean, a viral video is always a means rather than an end. I think that marketeers globally are definitely trying to tell a story. I'm trying to relate to my audience. I'm trying to I want them to remember what they saw and maybe share it and maybe speak about it later. So definitely it's a means to achieve my goal, but no, I don't think that many marketers see it as an end game. Like if it's not viral, then no.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. I think there are lots of reasons why something can go viral. Yes, there are certain things one can try, like making it very relevant or using ORS formula, like Samira has said, and yes, but you can't predict. It can
Thanks
be
for
a
that,
hit or a
Samir.
miss. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Would
before
like
we,
to add,
yeah, please, Shefali, go on.
sorry, would like to add that storytelling is something, a new formula that people have been, sticking to now, and that's also trending these days, thanks to the Instagram stories and all. The format also has been
Yeah.
evolving from shorter format to longer format and going back again to the shorter format. So yeah, storytelling could be one of the ingredient for the recipe.
Yes, thanks so much, Shefali. Absolutely, brand storytelling and relevance, very, very critical. Thanks so much. Amisha, if you could ping us and convey, are we just about to close? While you reply, before we close, Hanan, who's won the tickets to Thailand?
Shifali, for sure.
Shefali,
Thank you.
please, since I had this idea, I'll send you my list, shopping list.
Sure.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
yeah,
And
We'll
the
we'll
typical
Samira.
box to go.
Yes,
we'll put
totally
on a clickable video with all
Yeah,
the things available.
79 people have witnessed, and more will witness this statement from you, and maybe it will go viral. We don't know. With your
Yes.
sponsoring Thailand tickets. It's all on record. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Yes,
And,
so
Chaya.
yeah,
and
so this was great, and great to win Thailand tickets, and maybe the big list can go from the other guys also to her whenever she goes shopping. And I hope everybody's like really enjoyed. All the participants have enjoyed. There are some questions, but I don't think we have any time for these. If someone, if the host, if Exchange Show Media team could
Yes,
tell us.
you may take the questions.
Oh, okay, okay. So yes, so there are a few questions. I hope all the panelists are able to see it, or only I'm able to see this. Hmm. Yeah, please share your perspective on the impact on consumer that a 2D animated video can create versus one that has been video shot. Oh, animation versus real videos. Costs are very different. Anybody has any take quickly on this one? What is a better format to shoot a video? Animation or real?
I mean, if I may, I'll take that. It's not about sorry, it's not about the dimensionality, but to Shifali's point, storytelling. As long as that video can convey a story, can be relatable, can communicate and deliver. From a simplicity point of view, it's not about the dimensions. It's not about animation, non-animation, audio, video. It's just the story that you're trying to convey.
Yeah, thanks so much. That question was from Abhijit Balurkar, by the way. Thank you, Abhijit, for your question, and hope that answers. Jay Sharma asks, hello, everyone. Quick question. What are the key matrices to measure the success of a video campaign?
Well,
Shefali,
typically,
yeah, please go ahead with it.
Yeah, so clicks leading to view through rates, because you're wanting people to sort of go through the entirety of the video. Ideally, you're looking for quartile wise video viewing analysis. That is, the best way to look at things. Of course, assuming that you're delivering on target, the in target reach is good. So I would say CTRs, ITRs, and VTRs, which is click through rates, in target reach, and video through rates.
I would just
Thanks.
add